everybody, Erica Serwin here from Pink Buckaroo Designs, and today I'm going to show you how I made this card. This was my swap card for the Alaskan cruise that I got to go on with Stampin' Up. It was our incentive trip this year, so we always have an organized card swap, and this was the one that I made. I love this cute little set called Free Cake that's in the 2018 annual Stampin' Up catalog. It is very reminiscent of my childhood with a big boom box, and it's got cute little sayings, "You're retro," and this one I love, "Yay, free cake. I mean, happy birthday." I just think it's really funny when you can make a card that's fun and silly. So I pulled this one out to make my swap, and I'm really glad that I did. All right, so let's get started. I'm using, my colors are Melon Mambo, Pineapple Punch, Gorgeous Grape, and then a little pop of Granny Apple Green there. All right, so the first thing, I also want to point out that you've got some fun little elements here that'll help create texture and interest on your cards. These little, we've got sparkles and confetti and a little starburst and a circle. So I'm going to start with those. And I'm going to pull out the Pineapple Punch ink. And I'm just going to kind of do it sporadically around the card like that. And I've got to keep in mind that my main focus items will be here. So if I stamp there, it'll be covered up. All right, now let's do some Gorgeous Grape circles. And I just kind of did the same thing, just stamping them sporadically. A couple kind of overlap, and they could even go off the page like that. All right, that was easy. Let's leave that open. We're going to move this to the side, and we're going to stamp that really fun old school boombox. I think if you grew up in the 80s, you most likely had one of these. Now this is a stamp that does not have a matching framelit, so you know what that means. We've got to fussy cut it, but it's really easy because it's just straight lines. So get your best pair of small scissors and just follow those straight lines. Stay outside of the stamped line. That way, if your cutting lines aren't straight, no one will notice because they'll just see the outline of the boombox. All right, we've got that. Now we're going to create a few other elements for our card. I'm going to move all this out of the way and get my big shot. We're going to use the largest and the second largest stitched square framelits. And this is the big shot that cuts the framelits. In case you've never seen it, it's one of our most favorite tools. Now here's a piece of Gorgeous Grape. I'm going to create a frame first by putting the large one here, and then the next size one I'm going to nest it right inside. All right, I'm going to run that through, and I like to go twice with these stitched framelits just to make sure everything cuts right. And you can see how we've cut a small square that you can save for another project, but what we're going to use is that frame. Pretty cool, huh? Now I'm going to take a piece of Pineapple Punch and take that same framelit, the one that I used inside, and I'm going to run it through to make just a square this time in Pineapple Punch. And sometimes you have to kind of peel these out because of those stitching. Isn't that cute? All right, let's move this out of the way. I've actually already pre-cut one of the elements. It's this scalloped edge. And let me show you the framelit that cut that. This is probably my most used framelit of all time. It's just a scalloped edge, and it is from the Seasonal Layers framelits. So if you like scalloped edges, definitely get that set, because it's a good one. All right, so I'm going to add my piece of cardstock, which is 4 5 1/4, to my Melon Mambo card base, which is just a piece of cardstock cut in half. So it's 4 1/4 by 11, and then we fold it in half, or score it at 5 1/2. All right, so let's take our scalloped border, scallop edge, and put it on there. Now, I always cut them longer than they need to be, just because that's the size of the framelit, and then trim it off. You could always start with the size paper that you need. All right, now I'm going to just take just a piece of Granny Apple Green measures 1 inch by 4 1/4 and put that across. Now we've got this really awesome ribbon called the mini striped ribbon, and it happens to come in gorgeous grape, just like that. So I'm going to actually use a couple glue dots. There's lots of different ways you can apply ribbon. You could use tear and tape. You could use liquid glue, but I'm going to stick to my old favorite, the mini glue dot. All right, so make it go across that seam where those two meet, and then snip those edges off. And now let's put on our little frames. All right, I'm going to put it at an angle, and I'm actually going to use some mini dimensionals. I like to have lots of dimension on my cards, so you'll see me layer these up quite a bit. It does require some extra postage if you're sending it in the mail. So I always just buy the stamps that are for hand canceled. I think they're about 70 cents. That way I can send all my thick cards with no problem. All right, so we've got that. And now we're gonna put, I'm gonna use regular dimensionals here. We're gonna put this square in the middle of that frame, just a little offset like that. Oh, you know what? Nope, nope. Yep, actually I did. Let's take that off. I forgot to stamp the little starburst. Lucky for me, those dimensionals didn't have any problem coming off. I wanted to put this little starburst right here behind the radio. So let's do that. Here's that stamp, and I'm just gonna ink it in Pineapple Punch. Stamp it right there. That's all we need to do. All right, so let's go back, put those dimensionals there, and now we can do that. Now I added a little extra behind my boombox. You could of course go ahead and just put it right there like that, but I wanted to put a little more. I like lots of layers, especially when I'm doing a swap like this. So this is the rose colored metallic thread, and I'm just gonna wrap it around my fingers about 4 or 5 times, like that. Then I'm going to take it and just kind of twist it like a figure 8 and pinch it there in the middle. All right, and then I'm going to put it on the back of my boom box like that. And let's use a regular dimensional right on top of that center of that figure 8 there. All right, so we've got that. And now we'll stick this boom box where it goes, right here, like that. And now let's add a bow. Pineapple Punch, of course. This is our grosgrain ribbon. 1/8 of an inch. It's very thin, which doesn't bulk up your card too much. I like that. Easy to tie. And then you need the mini glue dots again. Just grab them, and we're going to put it right there in the corner. And one last thing, we're not quite done yet. I'm going to use these awesome glitter dots. Let's try to clean up my space a little bit. And we're going to add a few of these. You can see which color I have used more of. that gorgeous grape color is one of my favorites right now. I can't stop using it. All right, just a few, and there you have it. All right, now we need to stamp the sentiment, which I probably should have done before I put on these glimmer dots, right? But let's go ahead and just move them out of the way. All right, here we go. Memento Basic Black. Now I don't have the stickers on the back of my stamps. You may have noticed that because I think they stick better without the labels. So I'm gonna pre-stamp it, make sure I can see how it's straight. Sometimes it looks like it's gonna be straight and it's not. Oh, let's see. Oh, nope, I'm gonna do it wrong. Let's do it down here. I'm gonna say, you're not old. You're retro. Let's do a little pre-stamping, make sure. All right. And there we go. You're not old, you're retro. So fun. Who in your life would think that that is funny? I have lots of people. I can't wait to send this one out. All right, now you guys, this was a project I originally did on my Facebook Live. There is a full PDF on this project. It includes all the measurements and all the product information. You can click on the link down in the description if you're watching on YouTube, and it'll take you back over to that post. You'll also see 2 other projects that feature this fun free cake stamp set. Make sure you hop over there and check it out, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks everybody, have a great day. Bye-bye.